Imagine a being so vast that your entire life, every triumph, every humiliation, every moment you've agonized over, occurs in the time it takes them to blink. To this giant, the rise and fall of civilizations is a flicker, the formation of stars, a breath. Your existential crisis about whether you matter, it hasn't even registered yet. This isn't science fiction. This is philosophy, doing what it does best, destroying your comfortable assumptions about significance. Because if we're honest about scale, truly honest, everything you've been taught about your importance starts to collapse. And that collapse, that's where we begin. Here's the tension. We're told constantly that we matter. Religion insists we're the center of a cosmic drama. Humanism declares our choices profoundly significant. Self-help culture promises we can make our mark on the universe. But then you learn that Earth is a pale blue dot, that our sun is one of 100 billion stars in a galaxy that's one of 2 trillion galaxies, that the universe is 13.8 billion years old, and your lifespan is generously 100 years. Do the math. You occupy 0.0000007% of cosmic history. The contrarian take. What if our desperate need to feel significant is precisely what prevents us from seeing what we actually are? What if the giant's perspective, terrifying as it is the only honest one? If we don't confront this, we spend our lives in a manufactured delusion. We build meaning on foundations that cannot support the weight. And when those foundations crack, when someone you love dies, when your plans collapse, when you stare at the night sky and feel the void staring back, you're unprepared for what philosophy is known for millennia. Significance is not given. It must be created. And creation requires confronting insignificance first. Let's meet the giant. I open my eyes. In that microsecond, what you would call 13.8 billion years, the universe explodes into existence. Not an explosion in space, but an explosion of space itself. Quantum fluctuations, inflation, the first particles condensing from pure energy. You want meaning here. There is none yet. Just physics. Brutal, indifferent, magnificent physics. Within my first second of awareness, stars are forming, hydrogen collapsing under its own gravity, fusion igniting, the first light piercing the cosmic dark. These stars are factories, turning simple elements into carbon, oxygen, iron, the building blocks of everything you've ever touched, including your own body, are forged in stellar cores that will later explode. Here's what Nietzsche understood that most people refuse to accept. The universe doesn't owe you meaning. It doesn't owe you purpose. Those supernovae scattering heavy elements across space, they're not creating conditions for life. They're just happening. Cause and effect, without intention. And yet, pay attention here. This is somehow more beautiful than a universe designed for you. Because what emerges isn't predetermined. It's contingent, fragile, astonishing. Quick aside before we continue this cosmic collapse. My mother said I wouldn't reach 100 subscribers with philosophy that refuses to comfort you. But I believe these investigations deserve to exist outside academic gatekeeping. If you think accessible, rigorous philosophy matters, subscribe to Critical Essentials. We're building something here that refuses easy answers. Now, back to the giant's second. I blink. Galaxies are forming now, gravitational wells pulling matter into spiral arms, elliptical clouds, cosmic architecture on scales that make your planet look like a single atom in your body. Somewhere in an unremarkable spiral arm of an unremarkable galaxy, A particular star ignites. You'll call it the Sunday. Around it, debris coalesces. Planets form from the disk of dust and gas. One of them, third from the star, develops something unusual. Water. Liquid water. And in that water, chemistry gets complicated. Here's where the religious impulse starts, attributing intention to accident. The conditions were just right for life, yes, and on billions of other planets, they weren't. Survivorship bias masquerading as cosmic purpose. But watch what happens next. In Earth's oceans, molecules begin replicating themselves. RNA, then DNA. Not because they're trying to do anything, molecules don't have intentions. But certain configurations are more stable than others. They persist, they multiply, they mutate. Schopenhauer saw this clearly. Life is will without purpose. The striving is everything. The why is a human addition projected backward onto processes that simply are. And from that blind striving, bacteria, algae, photosynthesis, filling the atmosphere with oxygen, which, by the way, was initially toxic to most life on Earth. The first ecological catastrophe. Life nearly destroys itself before it even gets interesting. Breathing now, what you'd call 3 billion years passing. And in that breath, evolution is doing something extraordinary and terrible. Single cells become multicellular organisms. Fish develop in the oceans. Some of them crawl onto land. Amphibians, then reptiles, then the dinosaurs dominating your planet for 165 million years before an asteroid, pure cosmic chance, resets everything. And in that reset, mammals, primates, and eventually, impossibly, a species that develops something the universe has never seen before. As far as we know, self-awareness. You, Homo sapiens, a configuration of matter that can contemplate its own existence, that can ask why, even when the universe has no answer. Here's the philosophical vertigo. You are the universe looking at itself. The atoms in your brain were forged in stars, scattered by supernovae, assembled by gravitational accretion and chemical evolution and blind mutation into a pattern that can write poetry, build cathedrals, question its own significance. Is that special? Yes. Does it make you significant in any cosmic sense? That's the wrong question. This is the kind of philosophical confrontation that makes people uncomfortable, which is exactly why it matters. My mother doubted anyone would care about investigations this challenging, but you're still here. So I want to know, does the scale of cosmic time and space diminish the meaning of your life, or does it somehow make your brief existence more precious? Share your honest take in the comments. And if this depth is what you've been looking for, hit like so the algorithm knows thoughtful people still exist. Critical essentials, philosophy that doesn't insult your intelligence. Now, let's finish this cosmic blink. I'm stretching now. In the time it takes my muscles to extend, your entire recorded history unfolds. Sumerians invent writing. The pyramids rise. Empires, Egyptian, Persian, Roman, Mongol, flash into existence and crumble. Religions emerge, each claiming to explain what I'm watching, the why behind the what. Christianity spreads across continents, insisting you're made in the image of God, that a cosmic intelligence cares about your sexual behavior and your Sunday attendance. Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, different answers to the same existential terror. We can't be just this, there must be more. And then, In the last fraction of my stretch, the past 400 years, science emerges, not as religion's enemy, but as its unintentional executioner. Copernicus, Earth isn't the center. Darwin, humans aren't specially created. Neuroscience, consciousness is brain activity, not soul. Each discovery shrinks the space where cosmic significance can hide. You develop technology, medicine, philosophy, art. You split the atom. You leave your planet and look back at it from space, that famous pale blue dot photograph that should have changed everything but didn't. Because here's what Carl Sagan understood in that moment. Seeing our insignificance doesn't destroy meaning. It clarifies where meaning actually lives. Not in the cosmos, in you. Not given by giants or gods. Created by conscious beings who know they're temporary and choose to build, to love, to think anyway. Camus called this revolt. Knowing the universe is indifferent and living as though your choices matter anyway. Not because they matter to the universe, they don't, but because they matter to you. And that's enough. It has to be enough. Because I'm closing my eyes now. So we've traced the entire history of the universe as a giant's 10-second glance. From quantum fluctuations to conscious beings who can contemplate their own cosmic irrelevance. From blind physics to creatures who demand meaning from a universe that never promised any. My mother said philosophical investigations like this wouldn't find an audience. If you're someone who refuses easy answers and demands intellectual honesty from philosophy, then you're exactly why Critical Essentials exists. Subscribe not for me, but because rigorous, accessible philosophy should exist outside paywalls and academic gatekeeping. And here's what I want from you. Does accepting cosmic insignificance liberate you or terrify you? Has scale destroyed your sense of meaning or sharpened it? Be brutally honest in the comments. The comments on this channel are where the real philosophical work happens. Your lived experience is philosophical data. Share it. The terrifying truth: you don't matter to the universe. The liberating truth: you were never supposed to. Meaning isn't found in cosmic significance. It's forged in the brief, brilliant flash of consciousness that knows it's temporary and creates anyway. We're building something here. Philosophy that treats you like an adult capable of complexity. Critical Essentials, because easy answers are for cowards. Thanks for thinking with me.